I don't know if BJ wanted to mention a little bit. He's got a bit of an interesting story there. If you'd like to share that, BJ.
So BJ, talk a little about that.
You're kind of like at a distance. I can barely hear you. What was this story?
He's talking about the Media Access Award, and he was saying you have some funny stories to go along with it. If you want to talk a little bit more about what it was like.
I mean, the funny stories were, I guess, just my co-host. You know, she was just a bundle of joy and just always just had me laughing nonstop. Like she laughed at herself, but I mean, I don't really recall. I don't know. Like maybe there were some other funny stories Kent is referring to, but I guess the funny stories for me was her being able to be accepting of who she is and make fun and play of her different abilities, and like to use that as her superpower. And so we just cracked up on the carpet non-stop, just about different things that I wouldn't even be paying attention to if it wasn't for her. So
who was your co-host?
It was just a great time. Kent, what is her name?
Kaylee Vestfeld.
Yeah.
And so what does she do?
She hosts, and she's got actually I've got her T-shirt here. She's got a company that does shirts for. It's called Tides of Kindness, and so you can check that out at tidesofkindness.com. And she's just a wonderful person, and I should probably connect you. She'd make for a great guest for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would like to interview all of you guys separately. BJ, you said you're a dreamer, and do you have a show on KNEKT TV as well that you talk about different things, or?
Yeah, so being a dreamer, I always found as if, like a lot of us dreamers are criticized for not being doers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the live your dreams notion and the follow your dreams notion is a very cliche term. And so because I, pride myself on being a chief dreamer, I wanted to provide tangible solutions. And that's why I wrote the book, Live Your Dreams Out Loud. And then, on KNEKT TV, we do have the Dreamer series, and we have season 1 on there. We travel the country interviewing entrepreneurs, creatives, change agents, those thought leaders, people that are really living their dreams and that have the information to share about when it comes to living your dreams. So season 1 is up on KNEKT, and it's been a ride, and we're filming season 2. We're in the process of that right now. So it's been a thrill, and I'm just happy to keep putting this out every year. Yeah.
You can always come into the studio if you ever make your way to Florida, Clearwater.
What part of Florida are you in?
Clearwater, Florida, near Tampa.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and definitely come and stop into the studio, and keep me updated so I can help promote what you're doing too, because that sounds great. And
I would love to.
How fun would that be, traveling everywhere and just interviewing people that are trying to make a change in the world?
Well, my background is in booking celebrities. I've been booking celebrities on some of the biggest shows for the last 10 years, and you just get so used to them, like, doing the promotional circuit, and you realize that within today's information age, there are a lot of individuals out here with a lot of great stories and information,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like the more that we can connect and bring ideas and a diverse perspective to the world, for those who may not be celebrity but may be doing great things in the world, it's
mm-hmm.
important to bring these stories to life. And so we're just on a mission to do that.
I couldn't agree more. And those are the people with the most interesting stories, in my opinion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's nice to interview celebrity or whatever, but that's on television all the time. And then,
right.
Having the people that have really changed and started from scratch and really done a lot for the world and given more than received. I mean, those sometimes are the most inspirational stories that I've ever heard.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
So tell me a little bit about your book.
I was going to say which one.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your books.
Well, I'm working on the second one right now. It's called Get Inspired on Purpose.
Get Inspired on Purpose. That's cool.
Yeah, how inspiration and purpose go together. But the first one is called Live Your Dreams Out Loud, 6 Steps to Conquer Your Fears and Achieve Your Dreams. And essentially, after I felt as if I had some tangible success with living my dreams, I created this Ask campaign and surveyed over 3,000 dreamers and just simply asked the question, what has been the biggest challenge that you live in your dreams? And I took those common responses along with my experience and the people that I've worked with and just my story. And I decided to come up with this book. And I wanted it to be a tangible solution. So I'm not saying that this is the way to live your dreams. I'm saying like this book gives you something that's tangible. So by the time that you're finished reading this book, you have something of sort when it comes to putting your dreams together, and you have some sort of dream plan, because the book is really interactive. So it's, the way that the book flows is story-based concept, and then, I ask you questions. And so it's very interactive in that way, and I just want people to have a clear perspective, because one of the biggest things that I found when it comes to people wanting to live their dreams is them not having the clarity about what it is they want to do or what their dream is, or if they don't have the confidence to go about doing it, or they don't have the connections, or they're not competent, or they don't have the cash flow, or they don't know how to condition themselves mentally, spiritually, and physically. So that's pretty much the makeup of the book.
Wow, and especially coming from a town of 600 people and a rooster and a caution light, you've set a good example. You ever go back and visit the rooster?
Well, the rooster's no longer with us.
Oh no!
But
now you have one less thing in the town.
But no, I did go back. My family's still there. I was just there for Thanksgiving, and I go back all the time. It's one of those cities that I feel like, at the end of the day, I make people proud. I'm an inspiration to everybody in the market. So
yeah, they probably are so proud of you. You're probably the local celebrity there.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, it's got to be like that, and you, well deserved too. I mean, that's a story on its own. Having somebody from a small town. Even if you watch American Idol and they have all the previews, and they're like, "Oh, I come from a small town," and they give the little backstory of somebody, and then you see their audition, you kind of just like get a tear in your eye, because it's just heart touching, because it's someone just like what you're saying, following their dream to be a singer, and no matter what, and getting like everything out of their pocket just to make it to the audition or something. Just as an example.
Absolutely, I say. One of my books one day will be From L.A. to L.A. That's from Lower Alabama to Los Angeles. So, yeah, I get it.
Something to look forward to. And so your book, Live Your Dream Out Loud?
Yeah, Live Your Dreams Out Loud, correct.
Live Your Dreams Out Loud. Can we buy it on Amazon, or where can you purchase it?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It is on Amazon.
It sounds like a great book, and very inspirational too. And I mean, you're living it too, setting an example, living by example too. Hold on, you guys. Stay on the line. We have to take our second break, and we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, and welcome back, and thanks for listening. This is Moments of Clarity. My name's Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today we have some of the guests and producers and founders of KNEKT TV, and I have the founder and director, KNEKT, KNEKT TV Television Network. And he said also, before I forget, that for all of our listeners, you can get 1 month free subscription for free if you type in the word moment, which I am very grateful for. And I want to welcome back Kent Speakman. Thank you so much for that,
Thank
Kent.
you.
That's so generous.
Of course.
And we have Brian Johnson, author and host of I Am a Dreamer, right? And I know that, Brian, you had to go, so I just want to say thank you so much for your time and for being on Moments of Clarity.
Yes.
And please stay in touch. And we'll have you back and keep us posted on your endeavors. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's listening. Thank you so much for starting the show. I think it's so important, the work that you're doing, getting a chance to kind of do some research and see your background. And I think Moments of Clarity like that really, truly does speak to my soul, because that's the first chapter in the book, Live Your Dreams Out Loud. So, like I said, thank you so much for what you do. And thank you, Kent, for having me on today. You know, brother, how much I love you and the work that you're doing. And if you haven't joined KNEKT yet, please do so. It is amazing. A lot of content there. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing season
Thanks,
1.
Brad.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And take care. And we still have Dr. Adi Jaffe. Hi, you're still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
And tell us the link to that, because we have about 9 minutes left, maybe 8. So I want to wrap up and just be able to just give as much resources as we can to the audience. So I know
absolutely.
for after the
Absolutely.
new year, and we'll talk more about having you back on the show and talking more in depth about this too, because I'm very strong with supporting recovery and addiction, and I really want to support your cause and your what's the word I'm looking for?
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
What you're doing to help others.
Yeah, 21dayhabitreset.com is the website for the challenge. And then, again, if somebody's ready right now, you can either go there right now and it's running on autopilot all the time, or check out the abstinenceMyth.com, which is my book, if you want kind of do-it-yourself help right now. That's the abstinenceMyth.com.
The abstinence myth. So is it kind of in what is that a little bit about? If you want to give a synopsis.
Sure. The Abstinence Myth book was written because I found that one of the things that was just true of a lot of people that I was seeing who were looking for help around addiction was that they weren't ready to commit to lifelong quitting. And, they knew it was a problem. They knew they needed help, but they weren't in the place where they were saying, you know what, let's just stop this forever. And unfortunately, as it stands right now, that is the first requirement that everybody makes of you if you want to get help. First, you got to be willing to quit.
Exactly. You got to want to, right?
Yeah. So what I said to people is, you know what, look, I don't need you to want to quit. I need you to want help. If you want help, I'm here to help you. And it's kind of incredible how many people feel freer to seek help, to figure out what it is that they want, without that requirement. It's kind of incredible what we've seen. And so the abstinence myth rests on two concepts. First of all, the first requirement for starting recovery should not be abstinence. The first requirement should just be that you want to get better. And then the second piece is that abstinence itself is not necessarily the right way to measure whether somebody's doing well in their recovery. So those are kind of the two big pieces of the puzzle for me.
I couldn't agree more. And sometimes, like, if it's controlled or if it's ripped away, relapse happens more often. A lot of times in my office, I see people that just want to change their life. And they might not even want to quit or go completely into recovery yet. They haven't hit rock bottom or whatever, but they can see things are starting to spiral out of control. And they're self-medicating. Sure. And then, as we were talking about earlier, to really look at the root of problem, the reason why. Why are